Free agency is still alive, and just when it felt like things were slowing down, boom, Al Horford shocks the NBA world. He's leaving the Boston Celtics and heading to the Golden State Warriors on a multi-year deal, 19 years in the league, almost 2 full decades of NBA basketball, and somehow this man is still valuable enough for one of the smartest organizations in the NBA to give him a contract. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. He's 39 years old. Isn't this a retirement tour? Why would a contender want him? But let's slow down, because if you actually look deeper, this move makes way more sense than it seems at first glance. Al Horford's background and evolution. Let's rewind. Al Horford isn't just some random role player hanging around. This guy's been consistently relevant since 2007, when he was drafted 3rd overall by the Atlanta Hawks. Remember those Hawks teams? Joe Johnson, Josh Smith, Jamal Crawford, Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, all those deep playoff squads in the East. And who was the backbone holding the middle together? Al Horford. He was never the flashiest guy. He wasn't putting up 30 a night. He wasn't a high-flyer dunk contest player. But he was always reliable. Horford has always had this skill set that ages really well. Passing big man. He sees the floor, makes the right decisions. Stretch shooter. Over time, he expanded his range, became a three-point threat. Defense, not a shot-blocking monster, but always in the right spot. Smart rotations, capable of switching. Rebounding, steady presence on the glass, boxing out, doing the fundamentals. It's easy to forget, but Horford has been on playoff teams almost every year of his career. He's not one of those guys who racks up stats on lottery teams. He's been in meaningful games from Atlanta to Boston to Philly and back. That's almost 20 years of high-pressure basketball. The Boston championship run fast forward to his 2nd run with Boston. This is where his legacy really took a leap. Boston finally broke through for a championship, and yes, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were the stars, but Horford was the glue. Remember what happened with Kristaps Porzingis? He couldn't stay healthy, missing big stretches. Most teams would crumble if their top big went down, but Boston had Horford, steady, dependable, durable. He did the dirty work. He defended bigger centers, he hit timely threes, he kept the offense flowing with his passing. He was the guy making sure everything stayed stable while the stars did their thing. You can't underestimate that. In fact, if Horford wasn't on that roster, there's a real argument that Boston doesn't win that title. He was their safety net. The fit with Golden State. Now he's taking that same role to Golden State. And this is where it gets interesting. The Warriors are not asking him to be 2012 Al Horford. They're not asking him to play 35 minutes a night, anchor the team, and score 18 a game. They're asking him to space the floor, hit some open threes, defend smartly, and bring leadership. That's it. And that's exactly what he's built for at this stage. Picture it. Steph Curry running around screens, defenders chasing him everywhere. Draymond Green setting picks, directing traffic. Jimmy Butler still in the mix for them, drawing attention on the wing. And then there's Horford, chilling at the three-point line. If you leave him, splash, he can hit that. If you close out too hard, he makes the extra pass. It fits the Warriors' style perfectly. Golden State has always loved bigs who can pass and shoot. Think about David West in the dynasty years. Think about Andrew Bogut. Think about Nemanja Bjelica. The age question. Too old or still gold? Now, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room. He's 39 years old, 19 seasons. Father time is undefeated. At some point, the body just doesn't respond anymore. So the question is, can Horford actually still make an impact? Or is this just a nostalgia signing? Here's why I think he can still do it. Unlike some guys who fall off a cliff because their game is built on athleticism, Horford's game is built on fundamentals. Passing, positioning, shooting. Those don't just disappear, and the Warriors don't need him to carry a heavy load. Steve Kerr can manage his minutes, pick his spots, and keep him fresh for the playoffs. That's key. If you ask him to play 30-plus minutes every night, it's a problem. But 15 to 20 minutes of smart, mistake-free basketball? That's exactly what they need. Plus, Horford has been remarkably durable. Even in his late 30s, he's not breaking down like other bigs. He's not putting up MVP numbers, but he's available, and availability is half the battle. Comparing to other NBA veterans. Think about it. We've seen players stretch their careers by reinventing themselves. Vince Carter played until 43 as a three-point shooter and mentor. Udonis Haslem stuck around. Denver Nuggets. Jokic is the best player in the league. You need bigs who can at least make him work. Horford isn't shutting him down, but he's one of the few who won't get completely abused. Dallas Mavericks. Luka and Kyrie run a brutal pick-and-roll game, having a smart big. Los Angeles Lakers. AD is a monster when healthy. You need depth at the big position to even compete. Horford gives you another option besides Draymond. Minnesota Timberwolves, him with his shooting opening space for Curry and Butler. Clippers, Kawhi, and PG are matchup nightmares. Again, Horford's switchability rattled. Having someone like Horford who never gets too high or too low, that changes everything. The matter sting. And it makes the Warriors even more compelling to watch this season if it ends up making a huge difference come playoff time.